So I'm finally getting around to showing you a little bit more about Charlie's communication journal. Thank you so much for all of the interest and questions and private messages about this book. So yeah, I guess like a lot of you, we found it very difficult to find this sort of on the shelf somewhere that we could buy it to suit Charlie's needs. And what we didn't want was just a paper copybook going back and forth, which is, by the way, absolutely fine. But we felt we just needed to do up one that would suit our needs and Charlie's needs and that would suit the Montessori. So I will say that in advance of all this, we did clear the template with the Montessori before we started to make sure that the teachers were able to support fitting in this journal every single day. So it's quite a sizable book, if you can see here. There's about 200 pages or thereabouts. And the way that we set it up, so we had one page for each week, which was a week ahead, was a week summary. So a week commencing whatever it was. I would normally list out the appointments that Charlie had to go to. So again, this book was used in his early school years, so from the age of 3 to 5. The school have a predefined communication journal that they use now that I can't change, and I would like to make some amendments to, but it is what it is. But so this was used when he was aged 3 to 5. So we list the appointments that he had to go to during the week. So again, like in junior school, when he was in preschool, he would have been taken out of school every week to go to speech and language or occupational therapy, whatever other appointments that we had. I would list the speech goals we're working on during the week. We were lucky enough to have included in Charlie's plan in his Montessori 15 minutes of one-to-one speech with Charlie every single day. So we'd list the speech goals, and that would be a follow-on from whatever homework was assigned to us from a speech and language therapist appointment. So if we were working on CV, CVC, or S-blends or S-sounds or whatever, that I would list them here, and so the Montessori teachers would know what they had to work on. I'd include any goals. And then I would include any special events during the week, so any birthdays, if we're going away, if something was happening in school, because obviously Charlie couldn't tell us. So this would be at the beginning of every week, and then every day there would be a page. So this is what was filled out by his Montessori teachers. So my day today, entered the date. Today I had a great day, bad day, crazy day, funny day, who he sat beside, and what he worked on, and what fun he had working on those items. In terms of key goals, when Charlie was in his early years, between the ages of 3 and 5, these were the goals that myself and Will, my husband, had decided that we wanted to focus on to get him school ready, I guess. So his behaviour, his waiting and turn taking, and his listening. Now, we don't struggle so much with those now, but in the early years when his language wasn't as developed, we would have seen a huge amount of frustration in Charlie when he wasn't able to get his point across, or if people didn't understand him, or if his needs weren't being met. So again, that was just a simple circle, if he was good, bad or indifferent. And then they would just put a quick note about the best part of his day or something that he didn't like, and then what they worked on in the speech sound formations, and whether Charlie engaged or not. And some days he did great work, some days he didn't. There wasn't a gun being held to anyone to do these speech sounds, because you know, we have to take into account that sometimes the kids just don't want to do it, and that means we double up the next day, or we do it in an inorganic matter. So inorganic manner, I should say. So yeah, so we had one of these for each day of the week. There was a summary then for each month towards the end of the book if we wanted to fill it in. June notes, July notes. This was for 35 weeks. And yeah, it was really, really great, and also lovely to sort of look back and see, you know, the days when things weren't great, or the days when things were fabulous. We also had like speech goals, parent goals, a little section all about me at the beginning, key contacts as well. So we got this ring bound. It's an A5 size, so again, it's sort of a handy enough size ring bound, put an acetate cover on the front of the back to protect it. I think it cost in Ireland about €24 or €22 to have this printed in colour, double-sided and bound, and you know, whatever it was then for delivery. But it was an invaluable piece of kit for us, I guess, in the early years. Something like this I would absolutely love now in his speech and language therapy sessions, to be able to have something like this again to chart progress and keep it all in one place. So I'll keep you in the loop if I ever come up with one of those. And again, if you have any questions, just send me a message. I'd be happy to answer. Thank you.